I'm Gideon, and in this second video on the Raspberry Pi, we are going to be talking about how to get the operating system installed on your SD card for your Raspberry Pi. So without further ado, let's get going. What you need to do is go to the RaspberryPI.org website. Click on the software tab on the Raspberry Pi OS link. On the top of this page, there is a link to the Raspberry Pi Imager. The Raspberry Pi Imager is really the easiest way to install the operating system on your SD card. Once you click that link over there, you download the version for your Mac, Windows, or your Ubuntu server or machine and run it. Running the Raspberry Pi Imager brings up this little app over here. You select the operating system. If you're starting out with the Raspberry Pi, I recommend you just go with the Raspberry Pi OS. It's a 32-bit OS, a 64-bit OS if you've got a 4B or Raspberry Pi, is currently in beta. But for now, use the 32-bit OS. You can do anything with it. So select that, select your SD card reader, which will be automatically detected, and plug in your SD card. Your SD card should be a micro SD for the later Raspberry Pis, just something like this. Just plug it into your SD card reader and click the write button. All the data is going to be deleted from the SD card. Click yes. Well, my Mac asked me for a password, and it will go away and start writing it. Note the write is quite big. It's over a gig in size. You should have a 16 gig SD card for your Raspberry Pi. So just click that. It will take a couple of minutes. Complete the write, eject the SD card, plug it in your Raspberry Pi and power it up. So join me in the next video where we will power up our Raspberry Pi and see what the latest version of the Raspberry or Raspberry Pi OS looks like. Thanks for joining.